Another wren just came. They're both here now. One in the box and one on the fence. Oh, it's hopped down again. Oh, a blue tit's come too. 2 blue tits come. This is such a great day. Everyone's having a family day. There's chirping in the box already. It's got all clucky. There's the other one coming, look. He's singing her to come in. That's a blackbird over behind us making a noise. She doesn't trust him. She thinks he might be a bit rapey. Look at him showing off about his house. She's popped off again. Maybe she doesn't like the wallpaper. Oh well, he got in the door anyway. That's the old blackbird. Juvie? No, Mrs. Blackbird. First time on the new feeder. Christened it. She's taking all the mealworms out. So that was good. I still haven't seen a bird on the peanuts before, but they've looked at it now. Maybe they don't recognise that as a feeder. That's an old. I'll go and buy another feeder maybe. The old fruit net. Oh look, blackbird's in now. He's gonna have a go. Is he gonna go? No, he likes to eat it out of the gutter. What's he pulling out of there for me? He's doing a bit of gardening maintenance. I was hoping they'd be able to fit. They'd be able to fit in the roller skate up the tree. You want me to show you properly? A blackbird could easily fit in there. Easily. They wanted me to cut the front out of this one so the blackbird could get in it yesterday, but I haven't done it yet. I want it to go in that old boot above the door. It will be fun for me anyway. Pac-Man says cut the front out of this old box, so he's gonna delete me. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do it later. I could if I wanted to. I know how to do it. The hole's too small, too big for anything. The wren's already claimed that one. This is a tip box, but the hole's too big. Robin might go in. No, not so close to a wren, he says. It'll go up the other corner, maybe. Once it sees that old shoe. I've not had a robin in the garden for ages. I used to have a... What do you mean you have one or the other? That's not true. Robin and the golden wren are called golden cock and hen. They go together. It's true. I'll listen to your old baloney. You don't know what you're talking about, old days, man. The robin will soon be back before you know it. Once that old wren starts chirping around and he realises there's another place for him to go up there behind the tomatoes and an old shoe. There's the old magpie. I want some of hers to live really. What I really want is a magpie nest. They like to be high up in a tree, I know. That's why I'm growing so many. I did have one in the garden, got chopped down. Mind you, that's good because it was an old sycamore. Now I've got space to grow other more interesting ones like that old, whether it's a wisteria or a rowan up in the corner and that old lupin thing. And all these other things I've trawled in from other places I'm going to grow in buckets. They're still not going to be tall enough. I don't care. Seagulls? Where are they going to nest? A cliff. They might live on my roof. I want all the birds to come. I want to be the bird person from the street. That's what. Cats are old. I'm going to be Mary Boppins. That's who. Tell me what that other old bird was, that hawking thing. Sparrowhawk. That's nearly an orca and nearly a goss, isn't it? What is a goss anyway? Is it a cross between a pelican and an osprey? They look a bit similar, don't they? Goshawk. Goes to the forest. They're like a big sparrowhawk, aren't they? Not much different. I saw a pecky one in Scotland. I stroked it. I snuck up behind it. Apparently, it was already imprinted on someone there, so it wasn't too ferocious. I made it jump though. I touched it without it knowing, and it turned around and saw me and spooked a little bit though. Not as much as my dog would. It was so cute. He's the one who was telling me they were flying the golden eagle one day. And it came back. I'm sure he said it came back with a dog, or he took someone's dog. But then I said that, and he said no, it's a duck. But it's like, you know what? I bet it was a dog. That was a funny old story. I saw a peregrine over my mum's garden as well, but it was him who told me they were nesting up in the cliffs, up in the hills, up the old Tiki Hills. In the place where my daughter said I can go and live on her piece of land, which I probably should do when I finish with this. A year or more longer in here just to get this ripe, and then I'll be off, starting a new patch. There we go, Chelsea-tastic. Look at that. I don't know what to do with that, whether to... I was thinking about painting that baby blue yesterday as well, but I like the hood feel to it. The Camden undertones of the Chelsea Vesta. Camden massive. It's a Camden Fuck Punks, isn't it? Camden Fuck Punks meets the Chelsea Boot Boys. What? What do you mean a Camden Frock Punk is a Chelsea boot boy? There's too many labels already. Genres are old. Fuck all Keely and her designer parrots. Is all Keely a new woman or an old one? I don't know enough. Well, I know enough. Peep, peep. That's me calling in the designers for design war. Games are on. What should we design next, people? What do we need? Something original, something that's not been done before. Come on now, your arts council, what are we going to do? Bob Fossil's all over this. What's his real name? He likes to be called Bob. Bob the Knob. The snowy old clown. What's this about Camden Frock Punks and why didn't he know about it before? Probably because he was having a snooze. He was having a cricket siesta. The shop's open yet. Why isn't there a clock on this old cranky phone? She's taken off now. She likes the place down the road better, I think. Maybe it's because I played that kestrel sound. Her heart was broken. She could see the eggs going all over again, that whole interlude with the cats from before being replayed. For anyone who's not watched True, before there was a nest in the fence where there was a load of ivy, and I didn't know it was there until next door neighbour's cat, that's dead now, had got a little tiny wren in its mouth, and I got it off it and put it back in the nest, and then all the other babies jumped out and the cat ate all of them, so between us we ruined the whole thing. So it's quite a magical thing that the wrens even attempted to come back. And the whole thing about breaking of bones is an old folklore thing. If you disturb the wren's nest, they'll break your bones. There's a Welsh magi lives inside the wrens or something, and the hunting of the wrens is a read it. Everyone's got Google. It's not just me. That one day a year, at Christmas or something, you're allowed to go hunting the wrens. It sounds like a crazy thing to do. The Great Wren Hunt. So that's why I said another one about the slaughtering of the wrens. But one day a year, you can. There's a traditional hunting of the wrens. And I said after, oh, what the heck? The four Canadian geese. We arrived with the four. Do you know, on a side note, you can't release those, they're a pest. And the same as muntjac. If people pick them up, like animal people, they have to shoot them because you're not supposed to keep them because they're wildlife and you can't release them because they're a pest or native or something like that anyway. So if they do pick them up, they're supposed to bolt them in the head. It's true. Unless that's changed. That law might have changed. Canadian geese are the same though, I think. I still like them. I danced with one in an animal sanctuary. I used to tickle it. It used to wind around my legs. Oh, maybe that wasn't a Canadian goose. Maybe it was just a goose. It just wanted to be loved. That was the one with the talking magpie that pecks people. Don't do that. Don't do that. It was so funny. So funny. It would peck people like that. I'll go and don't do that. I screamed with laughter. It tried doing it to me once and I pinged it on the nose. It didn't do it again. There was a video of that pecky old thing on some on YouTube that I've lost. No, not on YouTube, the other one. The olden days YouTube, the retro one. The beta of YouTube. The Grace book. The place. face was in the 18, wasn't he? I used to love that. Stop showing off with all my birds. No. YouTube tried smiting me, the old YouTube, the old blue one, with its memes saying I might find love in a dog. I haven't, I've got birds instead. So screw you. Screw you and your abject harassment. You're not telling me what. Anyway, Iggy Pop sang a song. I'll be your dog. Or was that the Stooges? I think it was the Stooges anyway. Dog can be anything. Some scabby old man on his hands and knees crawling around, being kicked by me probably. The dominant party. The dog kicker. You've seen me kick dogs before. Kicked them into shape yesterday around the UEA. Get in that fucking bell, you dickhole. Get away from them sandwiches, you stupid whore. Come back with that ball, I'm going to kick you in the head. Weave around this pole. Do this. Jump on this post. Better than that, you stupid bitch. That's me. Now the biscuit. We've got a show to do later on. I'll be training fleas next. I'm going to have a flea circus. I'm going to have them all riding bicycles. They'll do it for me as well because I won't kill them. Well, sometimes I do kill them. About ticks. I threw them over the fence for other people to find. And put garlic and other narcs to my dogs so they fall off her. The old crow. And all his old crow mates. Hello, old crows. We've got no food today. Oh, they're jackdaws, I think. I can't tell. His head looks too round. There's a crow there. That's too loud for an old squawking jackdaw. I'll tell you what, I found the best buttercups on the bomb field yesterday. You know, when I was attacked with that radium or whatever it was he threw on me last time. It was in a piss. All the buttercups have gone mad. They're all double crowning. I'm going to go with a spoon later and dig some up when they're not watching. To put in my pond. We'll have to wait. There's no food at the moment. What do you mean I must be able to find something? Probably could do. I don't think I can though. We ate it all last night. They'll be leaving. This is my alarm in the morning usually sometimes. They'll be squawking for food out the front. They learn. Winter's coming! Wouldn't it be great if they built a rookery up there? Oh, that would be so good. Come on, do it. Do it for us. Right, they said we'll do it. That's what we need in the middle of the Golden Triangle. A fucking great rookery on the roof. Then I'll be ready to move to Scotland. My job will be done. It might even cover up the sound of the dog barking. Shut up, Noel. Darker, he says, darker. Hark, my love. It's true. She's crazier than they ever imagined. She's tempted in all the birds. I know. Give her a problem. She'll solve it somehow. What should we give her next? What do you mean they'll be in shooting crows? I don't think they will. There'll be food for the old peregrine up the cathedral. The duck hunter. And the other old kestrels will be in. It's going to be so good. Aerial dynamics, that's what. The aerial display team. The crows like a good old. There's a blackbird. Mrs. Blackbird. Looking for places to nest. So close to a fine Fine feast. Oh, what did I put down yesterday? Chelated copper on the path. Apparently that keeps cats away. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm throwing it everywhere now, scattering it like old. I just had some in the cupboard. I chucked some in the path. Not to keep cats away, but just to keep them away from my garden. I think the dog came out and chased one yesterday. I don't really want a cat accident. She just doesn't like them in her property. She'd be fine with them in. I told you before, I'd put it in a sock and pretend she'd given birth to it. Maybe she wouldn't. Maybe she loves the birds too much, so she'd do the same thing with a chicken. I want a Siamese cat. They don't hunt a ragdoll one. Or anything really. Just for the fun. Just so I can train it. And, I don't know. It'd be a great game. And it just makes the whole thing a bit more exciting if there's a bit of petrol in it, doesn't it? A bit of laughing gas, a bit of, what do we want? We want a nitrous kit on the bird watching station. That's all. And it would tease the cat if it could only see the birds from the other side. No, you can sit there and watch them. I don't know. But like The Worm That Turned, The Taming of the Shrew, and all the other stories. I take it for walks on leads. That's why I want a Siamese one, really. But I've even got the harness for it already. It's a little blue one that I had from, I don't know where from. It'd be perfect though. Or for a rabbit. Maybe I should get a rabbit. Oh no. I need something to make compost anyway. Cat's not going to do that, is it? Cat will do nothing but just be a drain. I'm just working around things. Cats are nice. I just want to see how good I could train it. In case Dolly has puppies, basically. And then they'd be cat friendly, wouldn't they? Well, especially if it was a vicious hunting cat that kills chickens. It would definitely attack the puppies. Definitely. Especially if it had its own litter of cats to protect. I'd keep them all in the back room together. How long's this? I'm just theorising. That's all. While I wait for the shops to open, so I can go and buy some coffee and get tanks up on caffeine. There's the magpie. Hello, Mr. Magpie. Where's your family? So I'm working on it. I only get the single magpie. He comes to live with me. He's my chum. One for luck. One for the pot, more like. Magpie stew for you, mate. Come on. They're black and white. It's balanced. The yin and yang bird. That's why it's mine. Black and white and green and blue. And all the other colours too. That's why I call them police, because they make the warnings. Well, I know all birds do it. The cat, if they tell you if there's cats around, they're the PO. So we have to feed them up, and then they won't raid all the nests. Well, they might do. I think it's jays do that more really for fun. Magpies just do it for necessity. Jays are mimics, and they live in the moment. They just do it because they can. They want to know what them crawling little hatchlings are. What are these things? What do they do? Let's throw them around. Why won't you play with me? Jay's like puzzles. Seagulls pretending to be elephants. Old pigeon. Get them bloody old rags off the washing line. That's why clean clothes. Like dyes in tea to make them rose gold, that's what. Can I dress more like an Iris Murdoch today? I could do. Should I put my old tweed skirt on and wear these old wellies? And this old jumper with no bra? What do you mean Iris would always be seen in a bra? I know all about her. My favourite bit of the Iris trilogy was when she tried to jump out of the car when she had Alzheimer's. And John, her husband, I think he was called John, wasn't he? Maybe that's him. Oh, Iris. I don't think so, he says. Where's my food? Fucking hell, I'll find them some quickly. I'll quickly turn out a seagull pie. I won't tell you. Shall I tell you what else? Look, I popped some Livingstone Daisy at the end. I thought it would be a treat if it grows. 2 actually. I don't know what colours they are. Oh Jesus, I've made that space too small on purpose. So I have to creep through. It slows me down. It stops me rushing around so much if I have to think about where I put my feet. Set traps everywhere. Scraps. Should I put these old beans on it as well? I can't decide what to do. It'll be nothing for me at all. I'll have to go out then, won't I? Should I put some jam on it as well? That'll surprise them. Oh, actually, maybe I'll mix some of this old soup in it. Look, they're ravenous. And old beans can go in it. Me and Dolly will wait. Let's hope and pray to all the angels that I've been paid. Some of this soup. There's oats in there, some just old scraps. I'll put the soup down for the dog to lick. She can at least have a scrap for breakfast. I'll just, I don't know, a bit of porridge. Oh, I found a new silver fork as well in that box of things for the Keeley things. And 1 horse nail. I needed to bring. You never have enough nails. It's always handy to have one. For the odd job, the old tacking job. You didn't see me straighten out my nails yesterday. I should have done that. That's the thing we used to. I learnt from my grandfather. I pulled them out the fence, these old nails, and then straightened them to use again, to put the old boots up. Look, they're so sad. Can you hear them crying? And the wren's trying to sing the lullaby. Don't cry, it's coming. She'll never forget you. And if she does, we'll just take off. It's coming, my precious. Don't push me over, will you? There, see, they didn't. before you get seen fall in the pond. Gets everyone's going to have cracking stuff. I'll take the water later. I'm going to do it now and check it. They're not eating the bloody orange. I know, I don't dip an old sock in there now if there's any water in it. Save me climbing up. Oh, don't worry, I'm just checking. I'm checking the water. Hatman's giving me a load of grief. There's a bit in there. It's not enough. Don't fall in this pond before lunchtime. It's going to go up the wall.